Hello and welcome to the Car Care Now channel. In today's video, I want to share with you some common mechanic scams in 2024. These are things that unfortunately some shops will do, some things that you will tell them that kind of opens that dark road that we don't want to go into. And in today's video, we're going to go through details of them so you are aware, because unfortunately the automotive industry is a very interesting one. There's a lot of really good shops and dealerships and folks that are really trying their best to do the absolute best for you, their customer, for your car, for your budget, trying to do the right thing. But infused within them, there's a lot of bad stuff. People trying to make a quick buck. They take your lack of knowledge in cars as an opportunity to just go to town and scam away. Let's start with the first one and we'll go from there. The first one, which at some point used to be somewhat valid, but today, folks, it's over. Let's winterize your car. The winter's coming, and this will especially affect the older crowds because they do remember the day where you actually did have to do some stuff before winter to your car. But that's not the case anymore, folks. In modern cars, you don't have that. These cars are ready to go. Winter or summer, we don't need to do specific things before winter. However, this is something very important that we do. Follow your car's maintenance, and don't just follow it blindly without anything. Understand it, know when things need to be done, and do them year round, not just for winter. The only thing I would possibly look into before winter, just to be fair, and this is stuff you can easily do yourself and check, are your tires in good shape? Are they over 5-6 years old? Are they properly inflated? And as soon as the weather drops, check your tire pressure, because as the temperature drops, your tire pressure will also drop. That is pretty common. So these are the very basic stuff you can do yourself. Another thing, are your wipers in good shape? Very simple, you can check that yourself. I think as a driver, any driver behind a wheel should be able to determine, are my wipers in good shape? The last thing that I will ask you, especially this is important if you live in an area where you don't have cold winters and all of a sudden you come in an area with cold winters, is your washer fluid able to withstand the cold temperature? If it's not, just drain it away and fill it with stuff that can withstand low temperature. And if you're wondering how do you drain it away, pull the wipers up, stand them, pull the washer. Don't make it fancy. It's as simple as that, folks. You can do it yourself. These little checks you can do yourself. And the last recommendation, every year, year and a half, even up to 2 years, get your car properly inspected by a professional. Wouldn't hurt. There are things, even if you're a DIYer, there are things you will not catch standing on the floor looking at the car or checking underneath it. This is the only recommendation. Otherwise, there is nothing really magnificent or special to do before winter. I see folks fall for this all the time. They constantly ask me in the shop, hey, let's winterize the car. Well, there's nothing to winterize. Is your maintenance up to date? Are your tires, brakes, everything else in the car safe? Yes. Then we're ready for winter, summer, blizzard, whatever the case may be. The good old tune-up. Folks, let me just say one thing. Again, this is another one. Tune-ups used to be a term referring to tuning up the car back in the olden days. But I say very olden days because there's been a long time since cars actually did not need a tune-up. There's no such thing, folks. All you do by going to a shop saying you need a tune-up, or a shop telling you, worse, you need a tune-up, is you're basically writing a blank check to the shop. If they're good, they will not use terminology like that. If they're old school, sometimes they will refer to spark plug replacement as a tune-up, but they will not take that blank check and go to town with it. See, everything is circling back to the same thing that I want you to take away from this video. Understand your car's maintenance. When does your spark plug need to be replaced? You should not need to ask your mechanic for that. First, it's in the maintenance guide that came with your car. If you don't have that, we live in the internet age, folks. You can find that information very easily. So you should be the one, the owner of the car, even if you don't even know how one thing in the car works. You should know when the maintenance needs to be done. Maybe you don't fully understand what a spark plug does, what this does, what that does, but you should know when things need to be done. And avoid using the word tune-up. And if a shop spins that word out and it comes with a modern car and it comes with a large laundry list of stuff, question it, because the only thing that remained from the old school tune-up is actually a spark plug replacement. And a lot of modern cars, they have very long intervals because spark plugs have gotten very good at being able to sustain long miles. So avoid that tune-up. There's no such thing anymore. Lifetime fluids, lifetime warranty. Every time you hear those two words, question everything. Because here's the problem with lifetime fluids. See, this is something that, don't quote me on this, I believe it was started by Mercedes-Benz with their transmission fluid. Lifetime fluid. But let me ask you one question. What is lifetime? Because we are not lifetime. Nothing in this entire world is lifetime. There is one who is lifetime, and we are not it, nor our cars that we made. So what is the lifetime? The warranty period? Hopefully 100,000 miles. I mean, we're in a time where cars last a long time. They've gotten much better at lasting long. So question the lifetime fluids. There's no such thing, folks. Again, we go back to the same thing. Sorry, I'm repeating this, but I'm going to keep repeating it because it's very important. There is nothing lifetime. Change the fluids that say lifetime. You will thank me later, because we see so many issues, especially with transmissions, because of the lifetime fluid. Well, it's lifetime, nobody told me. But that's the problem. Nobody told me, but nobody needs to tell you. You should research and know. 2024, nobody has an excuse of saying, I did not know. It's not that you did not know. You did not look into it and have enough interest to look into it. Folks, cars are very expensive. Look into it, please. Please. That's all I'll tell you. And the next thing is lifetime warranty. Oh, I can sell you this original part. This comes with a 1-year warranty. Oh, I can sell you this horrendous aftermarket part, but it comes with a lifetime warranty. Let me translate that for you. They will put a horrendous part. They're super cheap. If it fails within a year, they'll replace it. Fails the next year, they'll replace it again. Third year, you either sold the car or you got tired. Or, with the case of buying a car and somebody offering you a lifetime warranty, we'll cover everything. They will cover nothing. If your transmission goes out under that lifetime warranty, guess what's going to happen? They're going to find the cheapest, most horrendous used transmission or engine, or whatever the case may be. Put it in your car, ship you out the door, trying to get you tired, trying to make you feel like you have a lemon, and you sell it, and then they're done with you. Be careful, because everything in the automotive industry seems too good to be true, is too good to be true. That is, I'll leave it at that. Let's flush the wallet. Folks, I really dislike the word flush. Fluid flushes. Let's get the flushes going. How about we leave the flushes for the restroom and we understand what needs to be done and when? See, this term came about when, we're going to flush the transmission fluid. We're going to flush this. And a lot of shops you go to, they'll come out with a giant laundry list. Oh, you need to flush this, flush that, flush this. Do you want to know the truth? The absolute truth, unfiltered from a shop owner, that will tell you this. We flush nothing. There was a time there when flushes became a fashion. There was these big machines that will run and flush all this, flush all that. Well, in most modern cars, you can't actually flush anything. For example, cooling systems. You have coolant valves. You can't flush the system completely. And I happen to be a fortunate one that built engines. You can't get every single drop of coolant, for example, out of an engine. Part of taking it apart, you just dunk in the thing. You just can't. That's normal. That's acceptable. You are replacing enough capacity of the coolant, for example, to replenish everything. We don't need to get every last drop. People are always fascinated with every last drop. In the case of transmission, it's actually not good to get every last drop out of a transmission. Many varying opinions about that, but I'll just share with you my humble experience here. Don't flush stuff. Just change the fluids. Replace them when they are needed. And when they're not needed, don't. Simple as that. And when the shop comes to you with a laundry list, because I see this all the time. We've had a customer, I'll share this story with you real quick. They came to our shop, They asked for some maintenance. I think at the time they were due for a coolant replacement and transmission fluid. We replaced the fluids, not flushed them. We replaced them, blood the system, filled the transmission, checked the fluid level. Have a nice day. We shook hands. We went about our life. A few months later, customer takes the car to another shop for an oil change. Very simple. Well, the other shop came in and recommended the exact same stuff. So the customer now he called me and he asked me, he's like, okay, who do I believe? Did you change the fluid? Or the word exactly was, did you flush the fluids or they are lying? Or did you not flush the fluids and they are not lying? Because I asked him one simple question. How did they exactly determine the condition of the coolant and the transmission fluid? Did they take the transmission fluid, send it for analysis, wait 10 to 15 days to get it back to determine is this fluid past its service life or not? And did they actually test the coolant? He's like, no, it was a 15-20 minute oil change. I'm like, well, thank you very much. You just answered yourself. And by the way, I did not flush anything. He got very alarmed by that. So I did not flush your fluids. We changed them because we don't flush things in modern cars anymore. That is not a common practice. Avoid the flushes, folks. Follow your maintenance. Here I go again. Follow your maintenance. Understand your maintenance. Replace what needs to be replaced when it's due, and don't replace anything else, and have a nice day. It's as simple as that. This one is my absolute favorite one. Your car needs an alignment. We did a free alignment check. We determined that your car must get an alignment. You know what the best part is? Not recently, it's been a few months, but we got an alignment for our shop. And I financed it. It's a very expensive machine. We need it for service. So I financed it, figured we'll pay it over time and we're good. Do you know what the number one thing that the sales rep of the machine told me? Here's a sheet. If you push, that's the word. If you push this many alignments a day, this machine will pay it for itself in X amount of months. I'm like, I understand it's business and we gotta, we have families to feed, we have bills to pay, and we're not doing this for free, but I'm not gonna push. I will use it because it's a tool and equipment that I need in the shop when we do any kind of work that requires an alignment afterwards, but I'm not gonna push. There shouldn't be pushing. You know what the best part is? We do a lot of alignments, and sometimes I have to beg people not to do an alignment and just tell them, your car does not need an alignment. I don't know what to tell you. But if I connect the machine and spend the time to check it, I'm going to charge you because that's time I'm spending. Here's the problem with alignments. You need alignments after tires. Oh, you must protect your investment. Okay, let's do simple math here. Average tire will last anywhere from 40, 60,000 miles. Sometimes less, sometimes a little bit more, but that's about the average. Some folks will get an alignment every 10,000 miles. Okay, let's do the simple math. Average alignment, anywhere from 110 all the way to 175. Let's take a 150 average, flat number. Your tire lasts 60,000 miles. You did 6 alignments. Can we do the math here? Didn't you just pay for a whole set of tires to protect your investment? That's all I'm telling you. Folks, the best answer for do you need an alignment after tires, because this is one that shops will push and push and push because they got that machine to pay for. They got to push that number. If you want to know if you need an alignment after replacing tires, the only thing you should be asking is the old tires. Are they worn evenly? Do you have a pull? Do you have a steering wheel that's off center? Was the car recently in an accident? Was there some incomplete suspension work that never got an alignment afterwards? Because if we don't have any of this stuff, why exactly are we doing alignment? There's no reason. If you have an alignment, is not a maintenance item. It is a repair item. It's being pushed as that. I can make any car, put it on an alignment rack, and I'll send you that printout sheet, full red, top to bottom. Tell you, oh my God, your life's about to stop. You need to do this. This is dangerous. Any shop owner can tell you that, but honest ones will not do that. Because if you set up that machine properly, you will get a proper reading. But if you have one of these driveway thing where you just drive the car there, stop, and check the alignment, are we trying to pay for that machine, or are we trying to actually take care of your car? You need to know why you are doing the alignment, not just because it's a good maintenance. This is, I see this in customers. They will do the alignment just to check the box of I am taking care of my car even though I know I'm neglecting it. Well, how about this? You take that money, you go take your family for a nice evening dinner, and instead spend some time researching what your car actually needs maintain-wise, not just do an alignment every year just to satisfy your guilt that you've been neglecting it otherwise. Be careful with alignments, folks, because shops will push alignments, not actually recommend them when they are needed. And the last one here is one that just makes me wonder that some folks that will recommend this stuff, do they even know how things work? That's all I'm going to say. AC recharge. So AC recharge is another one that gets pushed, and another one that we're seeing a kind of an uprising right now. AC for fresh service. Here's the deal with that. Let's go back to the basics of AC, or the HVAC system in your car. Coolant is what hot coolant is what makes heat. So that's very simple. Coolant needs to be replaced. It's hot-cold cycles. Over a certain amount of time, you do need to replace it. But the refrigerant, well, here's the thing about refrigerant. If you have a high level of moisture in the system, that is a problem. Or if you have a high amount of air in the system, that is a problem. If you have a low charge, that is a problem. But here's the thing though, that is a sealed system. If we have moisture going into the system, we have a problem. That means we have a leak or something that's producing that moisture. If your air is coming into the system, that means we're leaking refrigerant. You're going to see a degrade in the AC performance. But if everything is working perfectly fine, here's how this always goes, and I just breaks my heart when I see that. You have this person who knows nothing about cars, trusts this mechanic, goes to them. Oh, you need an AC recharge. Well, let me translate that to you. Mortgages do. So you need an AC recharge. This car ran perfectly fine. AC worked great. The level was good. There was no moisture in the system. There was no air in the system because it was charged from the factory and there was no problems at all. Well, the shop hooks up their very old machine that is broken, that is horrendously maintained and whatever, fills your system with contaminated refrigerant, adds air, adds moisture, doesn't follow proper procedure, and now you have problems. Well, why don't we start this whole thing to begin with? Because now they do this at the beginning to summer ready your car. You have all these issues, and now in the middle of the summer, your AC can't keep up when it's very hot because it has a lot of moisture, it's contaminated refrigerant, you have air in the system, and now you go back for them to, oh, now you need a desiccant, and you need, desiccant is that there's a part in the AC system that's supposed to trap moisture and dry it. Oh, you need this, you need that, now they paid the second mortgage. Well, they started the whole thing. Do you see that? Folks, AC recharge is not a maintenance item. If there's no leaks, we do not recharge. If there are leaks, they need to be repaired, moisture drained out, and then charged properly. Then we're done. There's no more leak. Where is air and moisture going to enter into an AC system? Kind of like your refrigerator or your house AC. Do you charge the refrigerant every year just because? No. Because where is moisture and air going to go in if it's a sealed system? Because if we have a leak, it's not going to work. Simple as that. And the next one is the AC refresh system. Oh my God, this one sounds very, I can write an essay on this one. We are going to remove the mildew and mold, and your air will breathe will get better, and your life will be extended by 20 years. Really? Let me ask you one question. I see folks do this, but then their back seat's full of garbage. What are we doing here? Are we, again, I see this a lot from car owners, checking off the guilt mark. Spending some money on the car because we know we've been neglecting it, but now we're going to spend some money just to feel better about it. Hey, we're maintaining the car. Don't do that, folks. The only reason you would do an AC refresh service is a repair. You have a horrible smell. You have mold built in, and we're going to do an AC refresh service to get rid of it. Because in normal operating conditions, under good operating conditions, your car AC should not smell anything. It should be clean and clear and good. Don't fall for these, folks. These are not maintenance items. These are repairs. AC stops working, we investigate a leak. Your AC starts smelling bad. First thing is educate yourself on proper procedures to not have your AC smell bad, because it's actually induced. Some cars are more sensitive than others, but it is an induced problem, not a problem with the car. And then if things don't work out, do a refresh service as a repair. That's very important, folks. The takeaway from this video is you, as a car owner in 2024, have no excuse not to know everything about your car's maintenance and needs. We live in the internet age. You can find out anything about anything and learn how to do it yourself on top of it. That's the beauty of this. Take advantage of this, folks. Back in the day, you wanted to learn something, you went to the library, you got a giant book encyclopedia. That's how we learned about things. Not today, though. You can access anything and learn about anything. That's the beauty of it. Take advantage of it, folks. Don't be taken advantage of. Take advantage of the times we live in. Learn about your car. We're not asking you to do it, even though I completely encourage you to DIY stuff within your ability, of course. But if you don't, and that's okay, there's no shame in that, at least know what we are doing, what your car needs, when does it need it, do it, dedicate every month, dedicate a weekend to, we're gonna spend this day, not the whole day, spend an hour or two, we're gonna check around the car, check the things that are basic, that any car owner should check, follow up on maintenance. Okay, so where are we at? When is the miles coming up? What's going on? So we can plan forward. And that's it. That's all your car needs. We don't need no winterize, tune-up, AC, recharge, flush this, flush that. You just need to do your maintenance on time. Nothing more, nothing less. Simple as that. Folks, I hope this video was helpful and informative. I hope you learned something new. If you like it, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to the channel. Check out some of my other videos. Until the next video, folks, may the Lord bless you and keep you. And you have yourself a wonderful day.